Yep. Yeah, first of all, the reason being here is of course to supporting our friends from MEDEF in their efforts to bring a bit of change in the political environment in France, and I think that is necessary. I think France has to play a much better role in Europe as it did in the recent years, which requires significant reforms. A labor reform, a social reform. Economy must play a much more prominent role in French politics as it did the last years. So when we can do a little bit to help our MEDEF friends to achieve that, then it was worthwhile to be here. And I think, first of all, I really found it excellent that the new government in France has a close commitment to Europe. Before the elections, that was not sure that we would have a candidate in the lead who is so strongly pro-European. So that is very much of a big importance. Secondly, when we designed the Maastricht criteria, we did not see that they are in a counterpart to economic growth. So I'm not of the opinion that achieving the 3% spending goal is hindering economic growth. I think to achieve economic growth, you have to do reforms on significant markets, and that is something Monsieur Macron starts and does, and I think that will be the successful way. State spending is not the best way to promote business and economy. To say it in one sentence, a lot of trust, because I'm deeply convinced that the European Union is the solution for us, not the problem. Yes, we have some problems in working together in a European Union, but that's normal. That's pretty similar to a family. Even if the family is the solution, you're facing some problems within the family. So I think we all have a definite need to build on trust. Of course, there are always examples where afterwards you come to an opinion that in that specific case it was probably not justified to have trust. But just think the other way. If you're going through the life without any trust, if you see a danger behind each and every bush, that will not work out. So I strongly believe that trust is an enormous important precondition for living together in a unified Europe. But I also believe that we need strong rules and regulations wherever it turns out that the trust we put in forefront was for whatever reason not justified because someone didn't play according to the rules.